Good afternoon. My name is Kurt Belaski, and today I will be presenting my outline for my HR strategy paper due later this quarter. For my paper, I have decided to look at Ford Motor Company and their human resource management strategies. Additionally, I will discuss how these strategies fit and complement Ford's overall operational strategies. For today's agenda, I will discuss a brief overview of the Ford Motor Company. Next, we'll explore where Ford's competitive advantages are. Then we'll examine some of their HR factors that create the competitive advantage, followed by some recommendations for how Ford could increase their competitive advantage. Finally, there will be a conclusion to wrap everything up. Ford Motor Company is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that produces automobiles around the world. They offer a full line of automobiles, SUVs, trucks, commercial vehicles, as well as the line of Lincoln luxury vehicles. Worldwide, the company has more than 200,000 employees and 62 offices and manufacturing plants. According to their 2016 annual report, Ford operates four segments within the company: automotive, financial segment, Ford Smart Mobility, and their central treasury operations. Ford's current focus is not only on the cars they produce, but how the cars they produce will take people into the future. After some mixed results with international operations, Ford is bolstering their overseas efforts to increase market share and sales. Additionally, as we will see later, they are focused on future technologies: electric cars, autonomous or driverless cars, and commercial vehicles, as well as connected mobility are the highlights of their next endeavors. Ford Motor Company's well-known competitive advantage is their dominance of truck sales in America. Their F-Series pickup trucks, the F-150, the 250, and so on, reign supreme in sales and production. They've held this position for decades, and there's little evidence that this will change anytime soon. Their next advantage is their smart vehicles. Ford is offering some of their best options and availability for connected cars. Connected cars are cars that have the ability to have an internet connection as well as a network within the car for occupants to have access to the internet, apps, games, etc. Though not as dominating as their trucks, Ford is maintaining their advantage by pledging all new vehicles in 2019 will be connected. Worldwide, they plan to achieve 90% of their new vehicles connected in 2020. Next, Ford is gaining their advantage of strong financials after a recent brief dip. They are the only automobile company to not take a government bailout during the 2008 recession. Ford experienced some weak financials in the early 2010s, but are rebounding nicely and gaining back their investment edge. Last, Ford is tackling the international automobile market and capturing respectable market share. The share is sizable in Europe as well as large markets like China and India. In the face of challenging governments and markets, Ford's ability to deliver quality products and sales is an advantage. There are three main HR factors to help Ford maintain their competitive advantage. The first is Ford's One Ford strategy. Briefly, the strategy is a policy that Ford has implemented as a way for the company to build coherency within their workers. The plan focuses on one team, one plan, and one goal. The tenets of the plan are functional and technical expert working together, modeling Ford values, and delivering results. Next, human resources plays an important part of the operational strategy. As part of the One Ford strategy, there is significant emphasis placed on the HR strategy that makes sure the right workers are hired as well as the right experts. As Ford is making strides with electric, network, and mobility technologies, a great deal of their work is moving away from mechanics to individuals with technical backgrounds, and this directly feeds their talent acquisition and retention. Through this brief explanation of Ford, it is clear that there are some recommendations that are apparent. First, and most pressing, is the need to strengthen their financials. Ford's market share is less troubling than their sales. However, as mentioned earlier, they are rebounding, but continued effort needs to be a part of Ford's emphasis. Next, a nested HR management strategy that is routinely adjusted has to be at the forefront of an integrated operational strategy. Talent acquisition and retention are critical if Ford desires to continue their competitive advantage. They have clearly done some things correctly and accurately anticipate the desire for connected cars. However, Ford must maintain their forward look in this area or that advantage will quickly dissipate. It has already been discovered that One Ford strategy does not always work smoothly overseas. Ford has recently discovered that the speed of their operations in China can be much faster than the One Ford policy can accommodate. Their One Ford policy is successful here in America, but overseas it can be cumbersome, slow, and a hindrance. Ford has to continue to put effort into developing the right leaders to be in China and India to make sure that the policies are congruent with the host nation's values. China and India are large economies, and Ford has to endeavor to get HR strategies in place that can help maintain the advantage they hope to gain. In conclusion, we have looked at the preview for the end of my quarter paper about HR strategy at Ford Motor Company. Ford is a large company that is generally a good investment for people looking in that direction. However, for that investment opportunity to continue to be well regarded, Ford has to continue to seize market shares and implement sound operational strategies on the back of an integrated HR management strategy if they hope to maintain the competitive advantage they currently enjoy. Here are the references that I used in the creation of this presentation. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you.